Systems are go. It's 7:02 on the morning of June the 29th, 2020. Hello, everybody. Have we got sound? Yep, good. Hooray. This is going. Final checklist. Yes, good. How wonderful of you to come and get up early or late, I guess, in your case, David. What time is it there in Taiwan?
It's 10 p.m. here.
Oh, 10. Wow, you're tomorrow, though, actually. You're on the other side of the date line, aren't you?
But I'm later in the day. I'm tonight for you guys.
Right. Time, funny stuff. So I'm Robert Beatty. I'm coming to you from my backyard in Beaverton, Oregon, from the Buddha Broadcasting Network tent. It's a cool morning here, and this is a broadcast coming to you from the Portland Insight Meditation Community, which is a vibrant, alive community now all online. And I invite you to take a look at our website, portlandinsight.org, where there's all kinds of resources. For anyone aspiring to go inward, there's lots of resources. My presence will be a little limited this morning. A long time ago, made an ophthalmologist appointment at 8. And it's just it's a short drive away, so I'm going to stay till 7:35 and then leave you in Jim's hands to finish the meditation and finish the morning. It's a routine ophthalmological thing. Aging eyes needing to be looked at. So a short poem from the First Free Women, Maddie Weingast. This is actually the first. Oh, I thought it was the very first poem. Anyway, it's the fourth. Full. Fill yourself with the Dharma. When you're as full as the full moon, burst open. Make the dark night shine. Fill yourself with the Dharma. When you're as full as the full moon, burst open. Make the dark night shine. Cryptic. I realized I have another announcement, which again has to do with my absence. I finally acted last week and blocked out from Thursday morning this week until Tuesday evening next week. I rented a pickup truck and I'm headed for the mountains. I'm going to go do a solo retreat up on Mount Hood somewhere. And so each of the mornings, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, there will be a different PIMC teacher taking this seat, assisted by Jim. Jim's going to do Thursday, Gary Sanders Friday, I think it is. Monday will be Doyle Banks, and Tuesday, Doug Pullen. And then on Sunday morning, Gregory Malouf will be doing the Sunday Dharma Talk. And I'm going to disappear and leave all my electronics at home and just sit in the woods. I have the great good fortune. One of Jennifer's friends is she and her husband and dogs, all they do is go look for campsites off in the boonies that you can drive to. And so she sent me 4 different locations with GPS pins of places I've not been before, each of which has at least a little stream by it. So I'm going to the woods. I'm going to go look for the Buddha. And I thank my teacher colleagues for filling in. So, anicca, impermanent, unpredictable, contingent, dependent upon countless things going as they will. So what can we take refuge in? Our youth has long, in my case, long passed. Health comes and goes. Little white dogs. My little white dog just showed up. Hello, Budo. Now very deaf. Good dog. Budo's not going with me to the woods because he would be a nice little lunch for some cat. Or coyotes. Because he wouldn't hear them coming. So in what shall we take refuge, since everything is so changing, contingent, uncertain? Why not refuge in the Buddha, in being awake, in that within us which is the Buddha? The Dharma, the way things actually are, and the community of practice. I take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddhaya. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and love. Namo Dharmaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Dharmaya. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community of mindful harmony. Namo Sangaya, Namo Sangaya, Namo Sangaya. I don't want that last note. I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. And so, as we humans have done for thousands of years, let's land, let's stop. Let's begin, actually. Begin to be really awake. When we drop into the body, we discover life. From the toes to the top of the head, in every direction, there's life. There's the life of the hands. The life of the face. There's breathing. So there's something very mysterious happening here. The body breathes. And awareness somehow knows it. How do we do that? I have no idea myself. But it's true. It's the Dharma. Nama Rupa. The first great insight, actually, in the Theravadan Buddhist map is the recognition that there is matter, there are objects, and there is awareness of objects. They co-arise, but they're not the same thing. There are sounds, including this voice, that come and go. There may well be thoughts that come and go. Simply notice these thoughts for what they are, mental objects, phenomena arising and disappearing. And come home to breathing. Becoming really interested in the fact of breathing, in the details of breathing, in the beginning, middle, and ending of each breath. We use the coming and going of the breath to orient ourselves in the vast, complex array of stimuli that come from the 6 sense organs. We work with mindfulness to be awake, to know what's happening. We work with concentration to focus, to remain present in the chosen object, the breath. Please notice if there is some subtle demand that for success in meditation there must be no thinking. It's so pleasant when there's no thinking. But let's not hold that as the goal. Let's hold being awake as the goal. Moment after moment, recognizing this is awake. This is present. The mind might well be colored or filled or overwhelmed by the 5 hindrances, by desire, wanting, or disliking, aversion, or restlessness, agitation, and worry, or in sleepy dullness, or doubt, despair, dispiritedness. These are not mistakes. They're normal for the human mind. Hearing. Turning to sound as an object. Notice how it arises and then vanishes. It is a remarkable responsibility and opportunity to have a body and mind, to be a living human being, and to shape one's destiny. We can follow along in the consumerist, get as much pleasure as you can model. Avoid pain as much as you can. Or when we get tired of that, when we discover the dukkha of that, we can take this one seat, this uprightness, we can be present at all the sense doors. And notice how the world unfolds, one breath at a time. again and again, whenever the mind wanders. But with no harshness. It's all about abiding in love, in things being as they are. Over time, the mind will become more concentrated. It will become more quiet. It will also become more capable of accepting things as they are, no matter how they are. This is the way of the Dharma. And in this place of awareness, of presence, of great attentiveness to the experience of breathing, of the body being alive, of sounds, from this mind which is capable of this, we also can begin to reflect with compassion upon ourselves. There's that beautiful, simple, attitudinal phrase, whenever I'm hurting, no matter how I'm hurting, I aspire to hold myself in sweet compassion. And this is quite the opposite of what many of us are conditioned to do. When we're hurting emotionally, physically, existentially, we tend to find something wrong with ourselves. What's wrong with you? Get over it, which is, of course, what we heard as children often, and what the callous world might say. But instead, for ourselves in these moments, why not hold yourself as you would a small child who has fallen off their bicycle and is hurting? Why not hold yourself as you would hold a small child who discovers that their pet has died? Make room for yourself. Have a loving conversation with the part of you that's hurting. Bring them to meet the Buddha or Kuan Yin. And of course, our own dukkha, our own suffering, is part of the great suffering, the suffering of all beings. And all beings are worthy of our compassion. Or perhaps better put, We are worthy of the experience of compassion for all beings. So we might repeat a little mantra, may I be free from suffering. Or may I be free from resistance to what is, which causes suffering. May the same be true for all beings. Think of some loved one you know who's suffering, in a big way or a little way. Surround them in your love and care. It may result in your doing something, but it doesn't have to. Compassion is the sensitive heart's natural trembling when faced with suffering. And I am going to leave you with Jim now as I head off to the ophthalmologist. I hope you have a wonderful day. Hold yourself in great, sweet compassion.